Hey, friends, thanks for joining. So begin standing. Have your feet any comfortable width. And let's begin with just a little bouncing and shaking. This is really good, just kind of wake up our body and kind of shake out any excess tension. So for this kind of bouncing, it's pretty gentle actually. Just let your arms relax down by your sides. Bend your knees and then almost straighten your knees all the way. So bend them, then almost straighten them all the way, but do it kind of quickly, just to get a little bouncing effect here. And think about this movement really beginning from your feet and from your lower body. Your upper body is kind of relaxed, getting kind of shaken out. Like you're shaking out any tension in your upper body from this bouncing action, including your jaw, including your arm, your hands. Just breathe freely, preferably though through your nose. Just for another, I don't know, 30 seconds or so. All right, good. Then you can stop that bouncing. Let's do a little backstroke. Just make a big backward circle with your left arm, then a big backward circle with your right arm, just like you're doing the backstroke. Now begin to smooth out your breath. Go at your own pace, though. If it feels good to go make big, fast circles, make them fast, go slow, whatever feels right. All right, great. Now make some hip circles. Go the other direction. And now mobilize your wrists. Make a circular motion with your hands. And when the backs of your hands are together, give a little pressure. Go the other direction. All right, lift one foot off the floor, then make a circle with it. So you mobilize your ankle. For this one, though, try to keep your shin really still. In fact, keep the rest of your body really still. Just move your foot in a circular motion so you mobilize your ankle joint. And go the other direction. Can change sides. And then change directions. All right, last one of these. Just make a circle with your chin. So bring your chin down and then move your chin toward one shoulder, then lift your chin up, chin toward the other shoulder, and then down again. Both directions. All right, great. Now bring your palms together to Anjali Mudra. And let's begin with Ujjayi Pranayama. So you're lightly engaging your throat, like you're narrowing a valve, which will help you to lengthen the breath. Every time you exhale, engage your lower abdomen, lift your pelvic floor. Then every time you inhale, expand your rib cage, even the back of your rib cage. 5 seconds for the exhale, 5 seconds for the inhale, or something like that. And breathing through your nose, but hearing the breath move in and out of your throat like it's your mantra. Okay, now this exhale, bend your knees and lower your chin, even flex your spine a little bit, almost like you're doing cat pose. Now, as you inhale, straighten your knees, bring your arms out like a T, lift your chin, and extend your spine so it feels like you're flattening your back. And as you exhale, bring your palms together again, bend your knees, lower your chin, a little flexion of your spine. This inhale, press your palms to the ceiling, look up and stand really tall, a little extension of your spine. Exhale, press your palms to the floor, look down, bend your knees, a little flexion. And then finally, inhale, sweep your arms up, stand really tall. Then exhale back to the starting position. Knees a little bent, little flexion in your spine, palms together. I'm gonna start again. Inhale, arms out like a T, stand really tall, so you feel really expansive here. And then as you exhale, palms together, bend your knees, lower your chin, a little flexion of your spine. Inhale, press your palms up, look up, stand really tall. Exhale, press your palms toward the floor, look down, bend your knees. Inhale, sweep your arms up, stand tall. Exhale back to the starting position. I'll talk you through that sequence one more time. Inhale here, exhale here. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale back to the starting position. Okay, go through that little sequence a couple more times on your own, at your own pace. Use the movements of your body to help stretch the breath. All right, then we'll come back to the starting position. Let's take a few breaths here, and I'm gonna just assume that you're standing toward the front of your mat, as I am now. All right, now for me, let's go right into the Tai Chi warrior. So just take a small step back with your left foot and turn your left toes out. Bend your left knee, so you've got a lot of weight on your back foot, which is your left foot. Release your tailbone toward the floor so you feel your lower back relax. Right hand up like it's blocking a straight, left hand under your heart like it's giving an offering. Almost no weight on that front foot over there. Let's take a few slow, smooth breaths here. And like we started a moment ago, when you exhale, engage your lower abdomen, lift your pelvic floor. And as you inhale, expand your rib cage, even the back of your rib cage. All right, now shift away onto your right foot and bend your right knee. So your back leg is straight now. Pull your right hand back and push with your left hand. Turn your shoulders as well, like you're pushing open a heavy door. And by the way, little detail here. So you can get your right knee kind of stacked over your right little toe as opposed to stacked like over your right big toe or inside your toe. You can worse say your right knee kind of little over your right little toe. Take a few breaths here. All right, now we're going back and forth. As you inhale, pull back, shift weight onto your left foot, and block with your right hand. As you exhale, shift weight onto your right foot, bend your right knee, and push with your left hand. Inhale here, and then exhale here. As always, prioritize the shifting of your weight from one foot to the other. Whatever foot has the weight, that knee is bent. Other knee is not. Once you get that down, then focus a little more on the upper body movements as well. Like you're pulling back and pushing forward. All with a skillful use of your breath. All right, great. Let's just go ahead and step both feet to the front of your mat. Take a breath there and then change that. So now from the front of your mat, step your right foot back. Turn your right toes out. Bend your right knee so shift almost all of your weight on that back foot. Release your tailbone down so you feel no tension in your low back. Left hand up now like it's blocking. Right hand under your heart giving the offering. Take a few slow, smooth breaths here. Good. Now shift your weight onto your left foot and bend your left knee. Pull your left hand back and push with your right knee. Even turn your shoulders like you're pushing something heavy. Now left knee stacked over your left little toe. Okay, then like the first side for about a minute here. When you inhale, pull back, shift weight onto your right foot and block with your left hand. And as you exhale, shift weight onto your left foot and push with your right hand. Inhale here, exhale here. Okay, good. Then we'll end up at the front of your mat again. Take a few breaths here. Kind of in a wide footed mountain pose. So maybe have your feet about hip width. And then when you're ready, just go ahead and lean forward. Bring your fingertips to the floor, including your thumb tips. Now, to do that, you might need to bend your knees. That's fine if you do, but all of your fingertips, including your thumbs, on the floor. Relax your neck. Okay, now we're going to come into what I like to call the frog squat. So as you begin to squat, let your heels lift off the floor. Let your knees move outside your arms. My arms are inside my knees. And as you drop your hips, lift your head and look up. Even extend your spine here again. Next time you exhale, press your heels down, but your hips up at the same time. Inhale back to that frog squat. Arms between your knees. Extend your spine. Exhale, press your heels down and your hips up. Let's try a few more of those. All right. Now, go ahead and shoot your left foot back into a lizard lunge. So your hands are on the inside of your right foot. Left leg back. And then start to make some movements with your hips. Check out this first deep lunge. All right, let's step back into plank pose next. Just take a few breaths here and plank, tighten your thighs, tighten your glutes, tighten your bread basket. Push the floor away, even spread your shoulder blades. Okay, keep everything tight as you lower all the way to the floor with control. Now, once you're down, go ahead and stretch your arms forward into a danda samapana, the full prostration. Take a full, smooth breath here. And now, as you exhale, slide your elbows under your shoulders for Sphinx pose and see if you can create a little more length in your waist. And once you have bend your knees, make some circles with your shins so you rotate your thighs. Both directions. All right, good. Then feet to the floor. Bring your hands under your shoulders. Now, then inhale to cobra or up dog. And when you're ready, exhale back to down dog. Let's take a breath or two in down dog. And then let's change that. So step your left foot forward to the outside of your left hand. And check out the side. Make some movements with your hips. And step your right foot forward. Let's return to that froggy squat. Now, as you exhale, press your hips up, heels down. Inhale, stand up and sweep your arms overhead. And then exhale your arms down. Let's put that all together for a few full salutations. Inhale as you reach up. And then exhale as you fold forward. Inhale to the frog. Now, as you exhale, either step or hop back and lower all the way to the floor. Now, once you're down, stretch your arms forward and take a full breath in. Now, as you exhale, slide your hands under your shoulders. Inhale to up dog, and then exhale back into down dog. Just take a breath in down dog. And another frog variation. So from here, bend your knees and look forward like you're a frog getting ready to leap. Very end of exhale, either step or hop to the front of your mat. Then inhale to the frog squat. Exhale to fold forward. Inhale, stand up, arms overhead. Keep inhaling until your palms touch. And then exhale as you bring your arms down. Okay, take a breath. I'm going to talk you through one more of those. Inhale as you reach up. And then exhale as you fold forward. Inhale to the frog squat. Exhale as you step or hop back and lower to the floor. And once you're down, stretch your arms forward. Take a full breath in. Exhale as you slide your hands under your shoulders and inhale the upward facing dog. Exhale back into downward facing dog. Take a breath in, down dog. And bend your knees like you're that frog getting ready to leap again. Either step or hop to the front of your mat. Inhale to the frog squat. Exhale to fold forward. Inhale, stand up, arms overhead. And then exhale as you bring your arms down. Great. Let's just try two more of those now on your own, at your own pace with a skillful use of your breath. Okay, now the next time you're in downward facing dog, let's stay there. All right. Let's stay in down dog. We'll be here for a moment. So if down dog's not a great resting pose for you, do whatever resting pose you like. But now let's take a moment here to practice keeping your body still. And then if you've lost the long, smooth quality to your breath, bring it back now. Okay. Now, go ahead and step your right foot forward. This time, bring your left knee down. Let's lift into a low lunge. So we'll start here with your left knee on the floor, right knee stacked over your right ankle, but then sink deeper so your right knee goes over your little toe again. Lift back up so your right knee's over your ankle, then knee over little toe. Let's try that a few times. You may need to readjust where your foot is or your knee is. Let's kind of check out this deeper lunge, this variation of Anjaneyasana. Okay, now from here, lift your left knee off the floor and bring your left heel down. Kind of like you're preparing for, let's say, warrior two. But then from here, let's go into a side lunge. So bend your left knee, bring your hands, your fingertips to the floor, and begin to sink into this side lunge, variation of Skandasana. Now, as you sink, feel free to take plenty of weight on your hands, but do see if you can get your hips lower than your shoulders. And also, do your best as always to avoid collapsing to your inner arch. Make sure you've got weight on the outer edge of this left foot over here. Check out how this side lunge feels. Might feel good to move up and down a little bit like we did in that front lunge. So maybe sink your hips so your knee goes over your little toe, then lift your hips so your knee goes over your ankle again. Let's check out this range of motion. All right, now let's lift back up. So what we're going to do is transition back and forth between the front lunge and the side lunge, or between Anjaneyasana and Skandasana. We've got a couple options, few options. One option is to use your hands a lot, especially if you feel unstable or if you're not sure if it bothers the joint. Use your hands on your front knee or front thigh, sorry, when you come down here, and then use your hand on your left thigh. So this is a good option for whatever reason if you need to. A little more challenging and kind of interesting, I think, sometimes to do is so when I lunge to the front or my right knee comes bends, I'll bring my left fingertips just to tap the floor. And then the opposite, when I go to the side lunge, as I bend my left knee, my right fingertips will tap down. So like this. Notice I'm still doing my best to keep my hips lower than my shoulders. Obviously, the last one for today, more challenging. No hands. Just use your hands for balance however you need. They come down, lift up, and go down to the side. Okay, so we're going to do 1 minute of these transitions between Anjaneyasana and Skandasana. Ready? Go. All right, that was great. Let's end up back in like a runner's lunge or a lizard lunge toward the front of your mat. And when you're ready, we'll step back into down dog. Now, from down dog, as you inhale, rock forward through plank right into up dog with your toes curled under. And then as you exhale, bend your elbows and lower almost to the floor. Inhale back to up dog and exhale to down dog. Let's take a moment in down dog or again, resting pose of your choice. Find that stillness again as you smooth out your breath. All right, let's change sides. So when you're ready, now step your left foot forward and bring your right knee down. Begin with your knee over your ankle, but then sink deeper so your knee goes over your little toe. Then knee over ankle, knee over toe. Readjust your back knee if it feels like you need to. For this side, let's check out this range of motion, the variation of Anjaneyasana. All right, now lift all the way up and bring your right heel to the floor. Turn to your right, go into the side lunge. Use your hands as you sink, hips lower than shoulders. Avoid collapsing to your inner right arch as best you can. You're up and down a little bit, little movements. Check out this side. All right, let's stand up. Same thing on this side. Remember, use your hands however you need. Down to the front, and lift up and go out to the side. Anjaneyasana and Skandasana at your own pace with a skillful use of your breath. Okay, good. We'll meet in down dog and in a wave-like motion right into up dog. Lower almost to the floor. And then back to up dog and down dog or resting pose of your choice. Practice being still, smooth out your breath. All right, let's end up in crocodile pose. Just lie on your abdomen. And then let's go into another frog variation. Lots of frog variations in yoga. Bring your left knee out to the side with your left knee bent, of course, and your left toes pointing out. So your left leg is kind of like a frog, kind of. Now, as you bring this left leg out to the side, do your best to avoid lifting your left hip up. Try to keep your hip low as you can. As your left knee comes in this 90-degree angle, then lift your left ankle and foot up and down. Keep your knee down, though, so you actively internally rotate this thigh. And then ask it to hover off the floor for a few breaths. Great. Then change sides. Right leg out to the side and lift your right foot and ankle up and down. Once it feels like you've gone to both sides an equal number of times, keep your right foot and ankle hovering off the floor. All right, good. Bring it down. Slide your legs together now. We'll do the side scorpion. Bring your left arm out to the side. Palm down, roll to your left, and bring your right foot someplace near your left hand. Then slide your left foot the other direction. Try and move your feet away from each other. And change sides. All right. Back to your mat now. Bring both arms up to the sides and lift everything up. Lift your head, lift your arms, lift your legs. All right. Back to the crocodile. And then to child's pose. Once you're in child's pose, breathe into your back like you're breathing into the area behind your heart. All right, now let's go upside down. Let's either do headstand, handstand, forearm stand, or dolphin, something upside downish on your forearms or hands or head. Okay. Feel free to use a wall. Um, if you and as always, if you need more instruction on any of these poses, I've got a tutorial on all of those in our tutorial section. So you can just scroll down later on to our tutorial section for one on headstand, one on forearm stand, handstand, even one on shoulder stand too. But anyway, let's spend a minute upside down in one of those poses. We'll do shoulder stand later, I think. So don't do shoulder stand yet. If you need a rest, come on down, take a little rest, and then give it another try. All right. Now, once you're down, and since you either return to child's pose or if thunderbolt pose feels better, that's good too. I would suggest either thunderbolt like I'm in now or child's pose. Just take a moment to relax again. Smooth out your breath if necessary. All right, let's do a variation of boat pose next. We'll have a bunch of options for this as well. Um, so the first option is, and I really suggest that we all start in this first option. First, just lift your feet up and hold your legs. And as you're here, tighten your abdomen. Tighten your abdomen, even shorten that area between your sternum and navel again. Once you feel your abdomen engage, then feel free to not hold your legs, straighten your legs, or rock the boat back and forth. Let's spend a minute here in some kind of boat variation. I'll try a few different boat variations if you like. Like 30 more seconds. All right, good. Then bring your feet down, your hands down to some easy windshield wipers. I would suggest having your feet at least the width of your mat, so feet kind of wide. Let's check out this easier version of the wipers. After a few repetitions on each side, maybe try with your hands off the floor, assuming that doesn't hurt. Now, I know for I think all of us, when we do this one with the hands off the floor, you tend to slowly kind of creep forward. One little trick that I found to prevent that from creeping forward is so right now my knees are to the right. As I'm going to bring my knees back up, I'm going to push with this left foot a little bit so I can push my left hip back a little bit. Then I'll drop my knees to the left. Now, when I come back to the center, I'm going to push down with my right foot to pull my right hip back a little bit. It requires a little more core strength, but when you get efficient at it enough, you can actually begin to move backwards with this version of the windshield wipers, which is kind of interesting. And yeah, definitely feel more core engagement to make that backwards scoot happen. All right, then of course we can throw a boat pose in there. We can practice lifting up too, so you can come in a boat pose, drop your knees to a side, and lift your hips. Head a seat, boat pose, and then other side. So let's spend another minute doing some variation of the windshield wipers, whichever variation seems most interesting to you. All right, great. Once we've gone through both sides, let's end up in staff pose. Let's just come into Dandasana. Let's sit up nice and tall here for a few breaths. Okay, now let's have a couple options here too. Paschimottanasana is next. You can just fold forward, hold your feet. If you want to try like a balancing version of Paschimottanasana that incorporates more core strength, we can do this one. I think they call this Upplita Paschimottanasana. So you hold your feet and just try to lift them up. And you try to bring your forehead towards your shins as best you can. Just kind of find your balance here, or if this is too challenging, just keep your legs on the floor and fold forward. All right, that was fun. Now lie into your back. And just draw your knees into your chest and make some circles in both directions. Let's do a little bridging next. So from here, when you're ready, just kind of, I guess don't kind of just do exhale, push your feet down and you push your hips up at the same time. And then lower your hips up and down on the breath. See if you can open the fronts of your hips just a little bit more every repetition from the engagement of your glutes. And then stay up in bridge pose for a few slow, smooth breaths. All right, then lower your hips. Now take a minute to do something like shoulder stand. You can just lift your legs up a wall, block under your hips, blankets, whatever variation of Sarvangasana you deem it appropriate for you and your neck just for a minute or so. And then if plow feels okay for your neck, let's go back toward plow pose. If it hurts, don't do it. All right, then. Let's begin to return to your back if you're not there already. And once you're on your back, now take a minute to do whatever it feels like you need to do to make yourself super comfortable for Shavasana. Let's take a moment to do whatever it feels like you need before we rest. Okay. If you're not ready, let's come into Shavasana. So just lie down, make yourself super comfortable. And once you have, really allow the floor to take your body weight. Allow your upper and lower rows of teeth to separate and feel your tongue widen inside your mouth. Soften your eyes, even release your breath. And once you have settled in, remember for the next at least 5 minutes, you've got nothing to do, nothing to accomplish. Just practice letting go. All right, so to wiggle your fingers and toes, roll your ankles and wrists, then take the next minute or so to work yourself back up to seated and back in or into any comfortable seated posture. All right, let's just do a few rounds of Kapalabhati next. This first round, rest your hands in your lap or on your knees, whichever's more comfortable. Sit up nice and tall, and then do 36 Kapalabhati breaths. After 36, take a deep Ujjayi inhale, and then pause. Retain the breath in. Let's practice being really still. Once it feels like you need to exhale, though, then just exhale and allow yourself to breathe freely again. All right, for the next 36, bring your arms up, interlace your fingers, and press your palms toward the ceiling. After 36, arms down, deep breath in, then pause. And find that stillness again. Okay, then the last 36, arms up, bend your elbows and touch your shoulders. Arms down, deep breath in, then pause. Now, this time, once you've exhaled, if it feels like you need to change the cross of your legs or adjust your seat in any way, take care of that. Then practice Jiva Mudra by bringing the tip of your tongue to the roof of your mouth, and then slide it forward so the tip of your tongue touches the gum line where the roof of your mouth and your front teeth meet. And focus all of your attention now on the sensation the breath is creating when it's rising and falling through both nostrils. Just be really aware of the sensation the breath creates when it's rising and falling through both nostrils. And if you notice one nostril is more open than the other, then just shift your awareness and begin to focus on the breath rising and falling through the less active side until it feels like the nostril flow balances out. All right, then bring your palms together back to Anjali Mudra and take one last moment to enjoy the peace you've created through the practice. And then start to rub your palms together, create a little heat in your hands. And once you build some heat, rest your hands over your eyes. Feel it moving and recharging your senses. And take one last slow, smooth breath in here. When you're ready, open your eyes. Thank you for joining. I hope you enjoyed class. Have a fantastic day. Don't forget to let your friends know about our app and on-demand site. And I hope to see you again soon.